Welcome back to Kiesel News, everybody. To start today off, we have one of the reasons why Acolyte was cancelled, and that's because it cost $630,000 per minute of screen time. I mean, we knew that the budget was like $180 million, but this is still crazy to see in perspective. Like, how does a minute of screen time equate to $630,000? Like, I don't even know how the actual budget of the show was $180 million. I mean, yeah, it looks more professional than like The Mandalorian or something in terms of like action and shit like that. But I don't think the budget should have been as high as it was, and $630,000 per minute of screen time is just absolutely crazy. Another thing that was said regarding The Acolyte is that there's no plans to remove it from Disney+, and I don't know why this was stated at all. Like, were people thinking that the show was going to get removed from Disney+, just because it was canceled? I mean, Netflix is notorious for canceling shows. They don't tend to remove shit that they cancel, at least for a long time, because, you know, essentially everything leaves Netflix at some point, but, yeah, I don't know why people were thinking this. One thing that I want to kind of discuss is a new movie called Wolves, where Brad Pitt and George Clooney were each paid $35 million to star in it, whereas the director, John Watts, was paid $15 million for directing. And obviously, it should be the other way around, as a director, in my opinion, does a lot more than an actor does. No disrespect to actors, obviously. Actors play a very instrumental part in any project, but the fact that these actors are getting more money just because they're more popular, I don't think is right. It should be based on the amount of work that a person does. However, at the end of the day, I mean, John Watts still gets paid $15 million. Does anyone really need more than $15 million in their lives anyways? But I mean, if we're giving more money to people, then it should still go to the people who deserve it the most. Alright, next up, we have news that Yellowstone is apparently set to return for a season 6 without Kevin Costner, with the actors for Beth and Rip set to return. But this confuses me, as I thought this was essentially always the plan. They just weren't going to call it Yellowstone season 6 in the first place, and they were just going to do a whole new show with Matthew McConaughey taking the lead role, and then all the other characters still being in supporting roles. But maybe they're just changing their plan, where they're like, why would we throw in a random-ass character for Matthew McConaughey to play when we can just do the smart thing and have Rip take over to begin with? And that's obviously what they should be doing, if you ask me, if they're not going to go with Kevin Costner anymore. So it looks to see like that's what they're doing, and they just decided to call it Season 6 as opposed to a new title. No way, the Costco guys are starting a podcast on Twitch? No way. But okay, why would you do a podcast on Twitch, guys? Come on, bro. Do a podcast on Spotify like everyone else. Now, to be real though, I definitely think the Costco guys should be getting some more recognition. Like, if the Hawk Tuah girl was able to almost get a documentary done about herself, and who knows, maybe that's still in the works. I doubt it, because she probably lost all the want for people to do shit with her like a week after the trend died, like everyone was expecting. But if she is still getting her deal, then the Costco guys definitely deserve something as well, because I've seen them way more on my timeline than I have the Hawk Tuah girl. I can tell you that right now. Travis Scott released a brand new song. Oh my god. You know, I guarantee you that the title of the song has to be, you know, entirely family friendly, right? It's not going to influence anything. Well, no. The title of the song is Drugs, You Should Try It. Very great advice, Travis Scott. Don't get me wrong, there's been worse rap titles. I mean, it's rap. What do you expect? But I could see this potentially creating a controversy, especially on Twitter of all things.
You're a colorful bunch.
There, guys, we've heard it. Keanu Reeves' voice as Shadow. I still can't believe this is fucking real. It sounds exactly as I would have expected it to sound. Like, he's just not even putting on a voice performance whatsoever. He's just going for a voice. Now, funny, I haven't saw anyone complain about that. Like, when it seemed like Chris Pratt was just going for his regular voice as Mario, even though that ended up not being the case, people gave him shit, right? But I don't see people giving Keanu shit for seemingly just going for his own voice. But I'm not really saying he should. I mean, it's how I think Shadow could sound. Like, if I were to close my eyes and just listen to Keanu's voice, I would point it out as Shadows. But that's really all I have to say regarding the Sonic 3 trailer. I'm glad it came out, because so many people were just begging for a trailer, and I know how that feels, but I'm not a huge fan of the Sonic movies myself, so I can't really speak on the plot or anything. We're getting a Steve Harvey biopic, guys. Oh my god. Now, if they were going to do a Steve Harvey biopic, though, I think they should have done it like the Lego Pharrell biopic, and give Steve Harvey a Lego one. I just think it would have been absolutely hilarious. But yeah, Steve Harvey was definitely a good choice. I'll definitely watch this, just for the memes, man. Sigourney Weaver will be starring in The Mandalorian and Grogu. She's most known for the Alien franchise, obviously, as Ripley. This is actually very interesting, because this was rumored like a long-ass fucking time ago. Like back late last year, I even think. There was rumors right when the movie was first being talked about that she would be in it, and now she just confirms it out of nowhere. So definitely cool to have this news confirmed. I do wonder how sizable her role will be. I couldn't imagine them casting someone like her if it wasn't going to be a relatively big role. And we know that she'll probably interact with Grogu in some way, because she saw the puppet on set. So hopefully it's not just like a throwaway cameo. Cristiano Ronaldo has hit 50 million subs on YouTube in 1 week. Come on, man. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I know that Cristiano is a huge guy, like I said this before, but why would you subscribe to someone on YouTube just because you're a fan of their celebrity work? Like, I don't want to repeat myself, as that's basically what I said before, but I'm just baffled that he reached 50 million subs already. Like, I remember how much of a milestone it was to get to 50 million. Like, when PewDiePie was the first YouTuber to ever make it, and it was such a big deal. And now Cristiano Ronaldo just makes a channel, and without any effort, boom, 50 million. Like, I don't know how to feel about that. A lot of Star Wars Outlaws early access players had to pay $110 for this early access, right? And now they are supposed to start over their game to avoid some game-breaking glitches when they're already likely extremely far into the game. Like, a lot of people are probably like 30 hours in, if not more, and now they're going to have to essentially get rid of all of that gameplay just because of some game-breaking bugs. Now, you could say that this is fair, because the entire reason why early playtesters exist is to find these game-breaking bugs, but you can at least give it to the playtesters for free if the game was at risk of having these bugs. Like, since the game is so close to release, I guarantee you, Lucasfilm Games or Ubisoft, whatever, I guarantee you they didn't know that there would be this many game-breaking bugs. So they charged people this immense amount, and they're definitely not getting their money's worth now. And what are they getting as consolation for resetting their games, you may ask? Well, they're getting a trinket for their ship and some Ubisoft points. Whoa, awesome. Not even their money back? I think you should at least give them half of their money back for that. Like, come on, dude. Alright, so next up, we actually have some news on the new Jurassic World movie. Yes, that's right, because it was apparently the end of the saga last time, it's not the last movie by any means, and the new movie is called Jurassic World Rebirth, and the main stars are Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey, and Mahershala Ali. Now, obviously, Scarlett Johansson and Mahershala Ali are great actors. It's cool to see them join the franchise. The only thing I know Jonathan Bailey from is Bridgerton, which isn't my personal favorite show, but overall, pretty good main cast, and I know that Manuel Garcia Ruflo is also playing a character as well, being a father of a shipwrecked civilian family, and I love his portrayal of the Lincoln lawyer in the show of the same name, so it's cool to see him join the franchise as well. But as for the actual plot of the show, I don't know how to feel about it, because it only takes place 5 years after Dominion, and if Dominion was meant to be the end of the current saga, I don't know if only going ahead 5 years was really the right choice. Though I will say that the actual premise of the movie does sound interesting, being that there is 3 dinosaurs in 3 different environments that hold the key to a drug that can make the land hospitable to dinosaurs again. And it sounds as though the characters are going to uncover a shocking discovery that's been hidden from the world for decades, according to the Deadline article. So I hope that that's actually shocking, and not just like imagine it's fucking like, oh, dinosaurs are actually humans or some shit. Like, do something absolutely wild and truly go a new direction for the franchise. As for who Scarlett Johansson's playing, she's playing a character named Zora Bennett, who is a skilled covert operations expert. And I just hope that she's written well, and not just Mary Sue. And I have immense faith that she will be, because I think every single female badass character that Scarlett Johansson has played is written extremely well. So yeah, maybe this movie will turn out good after all. I mean, it's directed by Gareth Edwards, who worked on Rogue One, one of the best Star Wars movies, and if the tone of this movie is anything like Rogue One, we're definitely in for a fun ride. As for the writer as well, it's a classic Jurassic World writer, so I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because it could mean that it won't go away from the formula, but I guess we'll just see what happens. Overall, I'm not a huge Jurassic World fan, but maybe I'll check this one out.